Thank you very much, Sergio. Our session deals with tax, global taxation, and the national developments in perspective. But first of all, I would like to say that the previous session was quite inspiring. And I think that ethics is part of the business, and ethics is part of the framework, or the tax framework. So I think this is quite important. I very much appreciated that. And the previous session provided food for thought. So we very much appreciated that. Going back to global taxation in perspective, first of all, the general framework. The general framework is BEPS-driven. What we mean by BEPS? BEPS refers to the tax planning strategies that exploit gaps and mismatches in tax rules to make the profits disappear for tax purposes, or to shift profits to locations where there is little or no real activity, but the taxes are low and resulting in little or no overall corporate tax. Then we have the BEPS goals. The BEPS goals are the realignment of taxation with, first, the economic activity and the value creation processes. The main concept is value creation. If we have substance, we have value creation. If we have value creation, we have a nexus with a specific country, and then we have transfer pricing. The second goal is protection of the tax basis with the increase in certainty and predictability. What about the BEPS numbers? The BEPS numbers are quite astonishing. OECD and the G20 countries working together on an equal footing. We had 14 developing countries, 60 developing countries participating via regional networks. We had 13 final reports recently, October the 5th, this year, on the 15 actions. We had more than 12,000 pages of comments received, 11 public consultations, and 23 discussion drafts released. The BEPS project is the most complex and technically complex and geopolitically important ever conceived within the OECD. And we have three pillars. The first pillar is coherence, the second pillar is substance, and the third pillar is transparency. Basically, 13 of the 15 actions go into the coherence, substance, and transparency pillar. Then we have the digital economy, and we extensively discussed that in the yesterday's roundtable. And then finally, the multilateral instruments. When we talk about the reports, we have 13 reports, and basically, this is a reconsideration of the entire tax world. So the tax arena is changing, the landscape is changing, and we have to consider that, both as tax advisors, as CFO, and as companies. And the framework is the ethical framework, the ethics, as we heard from the previous session. Today we have here Jérôme Bogaert, member of the ITC of IAFEI. We have Fabrizio Acerbis from PwC, and Ann Kohler, who is the president of CFE. I would like to ask you, Jérôme, to give an overview of the BEPS project in the international landscape. Thank you.